I've come to learn that nothing is permanent. So even if you make a decision, in a year, 2 years, if you talk about a career move, you can always then go to something else. Don't see this as a back step, it's always forward, because somewhere through that you've gained something.
Yeah. I'm Nkamogeleng Mpakanyane, and I am the SBU accountant with Mintek. I've been here for about almost 6 months now. I have previous experience in mining as well as media. In terms of qualifications, I'm currently pursuing my master's in commerce, where I am doing research in environmental accounting. And
I'm Hester Pretorius. I'm the Executive Manager of Finance here at Mintek. I've been here for 18 years. I'm a qualified CASA. How do you normally take to sharing and receiving ideas and feedback openly?
I think that skill, I learned it when I was doing my postgrad with Wits Business School. And we were put in syndicate groups. And I remember initially I was quite frustrated with the syndicate groups, because you have to work with people from different levels and departments, and it was quite frustrating for me to actually be able to collaborate with other people, until I had a conversation with one of the lecturers, and he said to me the purpose of the syndicate groups is to teach us how to collaborate, with people who are not as like-minded as you, and also be able to manage your peers as well. So I think with that taught me being able to share ideas with other individuals, and also receive feedback, and also just giving off my own ideas, and if my ideas get rejected, be able to take it with the chin on the face type of situation.
I think that's a very valuable skill to have, and it's really helped me in my path from where I'm at the moment, in really understanding technical concepts which might be foreign to us financial beings, but it does help to understand from other things, and also grows you as a person at the end of the day, because you have then the ability to see something from their view and then come up with a solution that fits both the company as well as the organization as a whole. So that is definitely important.
Yes.
One builds resilience through making mistakes. How do you manage that in your daily life?
For me, I think resilience, for me, I take it as a concept of failing forward, failing graciously. And earlier in my career, I struggled with actually admitting mistakes. But I've since learned that resilience encapsulates, the importance of failing fast, learning the lessons and moving on. So I think now that I've learned the importance of learning from my mistakes, it's now the trauma response has been removed, and it's more of the mistake is embedded. And whenever I do a task, then I remember the previous mistake that I've made. So I think, you need to be kind to yourself. You need to forgive yourself as well, and move on very, very quickly.
Failing fast, I think that is a good one.
Yeah.
And be kind to yourself. We
Yes.
do all make mistakes, and it's how do you learn from that and move forward that's important. And I think you're on a good pathway to your success.
Yeah. And then, Hester, I just want to know, looking back in the earlier years of your career, what are some of the things that you wish you would have done differently?
I think every step that you take and every decision that you make does pave your way forward. I do think that I should have been a little bit more adventurous and had to seek opportunities that I was maybe scared of at that time. I think that one should not be scared of the unknown. because those are the things that really formed you going forward.
I love what you're saying about that, because recently when I had an issue with my supervisor with the change of my topic with the Masters in Commerce that I'm currently doing, and you found me in the corridor having a panic attack, and you were like, calm down, you've got this, you're resilient and you can pivot, you can make a completely different decision to the one that you had, in terms of a topic change and that sort of thing. So I think that really assisted me, and I see that a lot in you as a leader. And then I just want to ask you, what skills or qualities do you think somebody in my position would need to cultivate in order to grow?
I think it comes back to something that I said earlier. It's important to have a view of somebody else's opinion. It's important to listen, but also asking questions, because if you don't ask by fear or by not knowing, you won't be able to build the knowledge or obtain the information that you need to make a proper decision or to assist someone. As a SBU accountant, we always believe that they are critical to the financial success of a division. But for that, you need to understand the division and need to understand how to help them to make the best decisions to move their business forward.
I think I resonate with that a lot, especially the part of being inquisitive and asking questions, because ultimately you don't know what you don't know, and you won't know if you don't ask. So I think I will definitely take that forward. Are there any particular experiences or training you would recommend for somebody like me to build those type of skills?
I do think that maybe even if your path's not to be in a management position, it's important to be able to work with people. So any training that will equip you to work well with different kinds of people, because there is a different approach to every single person that you interact with. So those are important things, and then make sure your technical knowledge is strong. I think you've got a great foundation in your qualifications that you have and the ones that you are pursuing at the moment, especially in the research. We are in a research environment, and for you as a finance person to be able to talk to fellow researchers and completing a master's degree, going on to a doctorate, if that is what you see in your future, those things are so important for you to get done. So I would say the theoretical knowledge is great, but do work on those soft skills, because it is important. Emotional intelligence, it's important as a well-rounded individual to have sight of those type of things as well.
I'm so glad that you touched on that you need to have a diverse skill set, because quite often as accountants we are boxed in. We are seen as the numbers people, and we're sort of looked at as we are not people's people. But you're very correct in saying that you need to be well-rounded and have emotional intelligence and be personable in order to be able to function, within our space that we operate in. Yeah.
I have a last question for you though.
Okay.
As an individual in this great organization, how do you see your role in pathway to success of the organization and you as a person in yourself?
I think that the role of SBU has presented itself in a way that you're not boxed in, whereas had I been in financial accounting, there would be less interaction with the division heads and the division. So that has afforded me an ability to be able to understand the business holistically, because you are dealing with the departments on a day-to-day basis and understanding what it is that they're doing and the research that they're doing. And that's pretty much something that I also quite enjoy. I don't like to just be behind in the background without not having an understanding.